But moving on, the All Star Weekend was yesterday, so
Yeah.
they had the 3-point contest and the skills contest before the game. They had the dunk contest at halftime. They went with the regular rules from last year for the All Star game, where you had to hit a certain amount of score to win. So,
Yeah.
what did y'all think about the All Star Weekend? Let's go with you first, Justin, this time around.
Well, they probably shouldn't have the dunk contest was as bad as people thought. It just it could have been better. Like the dunks were cool, some young guys, they could jump, they could do their thing. It just, just the dunks that they did weren't the best, though. But they were good. They were good. It was solid. But it just wasn't great because of the past couple years that we've seen. Like we've just seen better than what they were doing. But skills challenge, I kind of thought Julius Randle was gonna win, but yeah. And that game, it was just unfair from the jump. As soon as I saw Curry come out there and just start hitting threes early on, I was like, yeah, that's it. I was like, it could be close all at once. But that is it. I saw Dame, he came in, they started draining half court shots like it was free throws. I was like, yeah, that's it. That's nah, that is it. Like they said LeBron as a GM is 3-0 in the All-Star game. I was like,
4 now.
look at the other people who is drafting. Like Giannis drafted, I think he drafted Joel Embiid first over Kawhi, Steph, and I don't know what happened. All I know is Giannis can't draft to save his life. That's all I know. And then KD, I don't know why you picked Kyrie first. LeBron wasn't going to pick Kyrie. He wasn't. No, LeBron was not picking Kyrie. He could have got Steph first. LeBron probably would have got who he picked first. He got Giannis first, didn't he? He got
Mm-hmm.
Giannis first. He could have got Steph. He probably would have got Kawhi. Then he could have got Kyrie. It don't even matter. Kyrie shouldn't have. I think Kyrie shouldn't have gone that high, in my opinion. I think there was several people that Katie could have
But you
got
know
before
how
him. Kawhi.
Kyrie is.
Yeah, we know how Kyrie is, but it's just like LeBron was not going to pick Kyrie. Even if he was the last person on the board, he wouldn't pick Kyrie. So it's just like KD, like the people going against LeBron are not drafting good. They're just drafting their teammate just because. But it was a cool All Star game. It was not even close to last year. I kind of wish Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons played, probably, and Devin Booker. That would have been severely different. Zion
And
couldn't make a
KD.
dunk. Oh, and KD as well, obviously. It would have been clearly different. But the biggest surprise to me was Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, like 25 points. I was like, yo, it was a quiet 25. I mean, it wasn't really quiet necessarily, but he did his thing, though. He did his thing. But yeah, it could have. It was nowhere close to last year. If all those guys played, it's completely different. Like Kevin Durant, they didn't win a quarter. They did not win one quarter. That is sad. You know how many? I think they made like 5 or 6 close to half court shots all game. Like they was out there having fun with them. It was
Mm-hmm.
just, it was sad. Zion couldn't make a dunk to save his life. Like it's crazy to me. I mean, but they all in the beginning, it looked like all of them wasn't even trying for real. Like, I mean, you don't try in the All Star game anyway, but it just looked like they was just out there, just like they were in shoot around or something like that. But it ended up being not too bad of an All Star game. I wish it was more competitive, but you can't, not much you can do with injuries and COVID and all this extra stuff. But Giannis getting All Star MVP. Now, there was a couple people could have gone to. I probably would have gave it to Dame because he scored like the last 12 points and the game winner from half court. So he had like 32 points. You could have made an argument for Steph. I think he had like 28. Giannis only got it because he didn't miss. he went 16 for 16, 3 for 3 from 3. And we know he's not ever doing that again. Like, so why not give it to him, you know? But I think everybody on that team had a great game. LeBron played that first quarter. He never touched the quarter. He never touched the court again.
Load management.
No, I was going to say he had to get ready for the season because he know he don't got AD. His 36-year-old body can't take all that. He's like, I ain't gonna waste my time in this. You know, I got regular season to play. But it wasn't a terrible All-Star weekend. I'll give him that. Need that.
Okay, Austin, go ahead.
I think the All-Star game and the All-Star day, because it wasn't weekend, was extremely. I think it was extremely rushed. Besides the fact that the dunk contest wasn't good, in my opinion, the skills contest, and the 3-point contest was rushed, and then with as lopsided as the All-Star game itself was, it just wasn't enjoyable for me. Now I can't speak too much on the All-Star game itself because I wasn't home to watch it, so I only. I saw a couple plays here and there. I saw Giannis finish 16 for 16, well-deserved MVP for him. I saw him bank the three and a couple threes in. Giannis was playing lights out for the All-Star game. But, the All-Star game to me, it's never something that I look forward to when it comes around because nobody tries. There's no stipulation for the winner. It just never feels like something that I'm like, oh, my gosh.
What do you mean no stipulation for the winner?
I mean, like the West wins or the East wins. Neither of them really get anything, unless I'm forgetting something. But
you get money. Well, they get money. The recent years they've been giving the money to charity for schools and whatnot. Right, this year they gave the money for HBCU colleges.
And that's all fine and dandy. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, if you're an NBA player and you're making all this money, how much do you? And there's going to be a couple people that have really good hearts and really do care, but how much are you really going to try and risk an injury in an All-Star game just to donate some money that's not even yours to whether it's a school, a charity, or anything like that? You're not really going to try hard. But we go to the 3-point contest. We knew Curry was going to win. I mean, personally, I had Devin Booker winning, but then he got taken out of it and subbed out for Mike Conley, who probably should never be invited to an All-Star weekend again. He shouldn't have even been there in the first place. I still will not understand how it wasn't Trae Young.
It could have been literally anybody else.
Exactly. Consolation reward.
Literally anybody.
It was just such a random. I swear they did it because of how much they clown the Jazz, but
literally
the 3-point contest. With Curry, with Booker out, Curry, he destroyed it. He had 31 points in it. I don't think that's the record, right? I don't 100%. I'm not too great with the All-Star facts.
It is the record.
It is the record. So he sets the record for most points in it. So good for Curry. I mean, he's the greatest shooter of all time. Can you really bet against him? No. Skills competition. I don't know what it is. I don't know why big men have won this event so frequently recently. I mean, Porzingis won it. Cat won it. Sabonis won it. I'm forgetting one year where somebody else won it.
Bam won it last year.
Bam won it. Yeah, that's who it was. Bam. I had Chris Paul winning it, and then he sold with the missed layup, which he actually did before in the skills competition. I don't remember the year, but he's missed the layup on that before, which is funny because the announcers literally said that he missed it before. He goes up for the layup, and he misses again. I don't know what it is with Chris Paul in the skills challenge, but he doesn't have good luck in it. Like I said, I had him winning, and he obviously didn't. Sabonis, I think he made every single shot the first time. He did everything the first time, and he was trying. He was trying so hard to win that. I mean, this man Luka didn't even take his warm up off when he did it. He didn't give a damn.
He was shooting around before the skills challenge.
Yeah,
like, he was
Sabonis.
I don't think he really cared. And then, I mean, you had people like. Why was Robert Covington there? Like, did anybody realize Robert Covington was there? Like, I think introduced him, and it was like he was gone.
I forgot. Someone on TNT had him winning. I want to say Kenny.
I wouldn't be surprised, but it's like he had Simons winning the dunk contest, which I think Obi got robbed, and that's a little bit of New York Knicks bias in me, but I think he got robbed because the first round I thought was pretty good by everybody. I think Cassius Stanley's score should have been a bit higher on that first dunk. I don't think it should have been a 44. I think it probably should have at least tied Simon's. I think Obi had the best dunk. I mean, he bounced it through his legs into a reverse.
I think the same thing.
That should have been his last dunk, but I think, that got him a high score. He only needed like a 34, I think, to advance to the second round, which he then jumped over Julius Randle and his dad and did a one-handed windmill, which also could have been a candidate for his last dunk. And then he finally gets to the final round against Simons. They each get one dunk, and then the judges pick whichever dunk was better. They didn't do it like they normally do it with the scores because of a certain somebody named Dwayne Wade. And I think Obi got robbed because, don't get me wrong, both of those dunks, both Simons and Obi's dunks on the last round were pretty bad. Obi just did a standard through the legs dunk. He tried something
he tried to do from the free throw line.
Yeah, he tried to
but he came up short.
But I don't think he's got that kind of leap in him. I think he's too stiff as a player to be doing stuff like that. And his height also hurt him. I was hoping he was going to win it because I think personally that would have been his career highlights right there. I don't think he's that great of a player, but that's another story for another day. And then Simons his first dunk where he just reached up, what was that, 12 feet, I think? He reached up and just did the standard dunk. Like, I get, and obviously if that was Obi that did that, it would have been even less impressive because the fact that Obi is 6'8" or 6'9", and Simons is what, 6'4"? I think
6'3".
Yeah, 6'3".
So it was an impressive leap, but as Kenny, I think, said, he got it, but he didn't go up and get it. He literally just reached up, got it, and just put it in the basket. There was no swag with it. There was no anything extra. It was literally
no pizzazz to it.
Exactly. He reached up 12 feet and puts it in the basket. I got him to the second round, whatever. And then he does this dunk where he attempts to kiss the rim. He missed, and not only did he miss the rim, he moves his whole face back and basically flinches like someone's about to punch him in the mouth, and then just throws it in there. And like I said, his and Obi's last dunks were the worst of the two. But how do you give somebody who flinches and doesn't even kiss the rim on a regular in-game two-handed dunk the win over a through the legs dunk? Even if it was just a standard one, that's still better than whatever the hell Anthony Simons was trying to do or did do or whatever. So I think Obi got robbed. And then, like I said, I didn't see much of the game itself. I had Luka winning the MVP as my prediction. I thought he was going to do a lot more. I thought he would be doing some crazy step backs, just launching the ball. That didn't happen very much. I don't know how many points he finished with. But, I just think it was way too rushed. I don't think it should have been done in one day. I hope that never happens again, COVID or not. But it just, it's like they won, and then it was on to the next. The event was over, on to the next. It was just, nobody's going to remember this All-Star weekend, this All-Star day, aside from the fact that it all happened within a day. And they needed to get more people for the dunk contest because I heard everybody was declining their invites for the skills comp, the dunk contest. They only had 3 people, which I believe is the only time they've had less than, 4? Which it just didn't go well. There was no comp, and I think the dunk contest is getting really stale. I don't know if they need to juice it up, do something different, but I think we've just seen about every dunk you can possibly think of without the use of specific obstacles. And I wish they would do more of that because, now all you see is people jumping over other players. Blake Griffin brought out a car in 2011. We haven't seen anything like that since.
Ever.
And it seems like the dunk contest is just getting really stale. And they need to do something to juice it up, or maybe, I wouldn't say replace it because, every now and then you do get that one dunk like 2016 with Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine. That's probably the best dunk contest in recent memory. They had some crazy stuff. Aaron Gordon will always be the winner of that in my eyes. But it was a crazy dunk contest, and I don't think we're ever going to see something like it again for maybe ever, or if not, probably in a few years.
Nah, my thing is he didn't get robbed because Dwayne Wade wasn't the only person that gave him a 9. He wasn't the only person that gave him a 9, so it was just like, they only going for Dwayne Wade because he played for Miami. But Candace Parker gave him a 9. I think Chadwick Boseman gave him a 9 as well. But he didn't even clear him, though. Anybody can jump up and put their ball sack in the back of somebody's neck. Anybody can do that. Like, let's be real. He didn't clear him. It was impressive, but it was overhyped. He didn't clear him all the way. Now you could say this. You could say, "Oh, Derrick Jones, he jumped. He did the same dunk 3 times." Okay, maybe he did do the same dunk 3 times. But it's back to what Austin said. He had some swag on it. First try, pizzazz. It just looked good. It just looked good. So I think that's that. Do I think he deserved it? I think it probably should have. I don't know. I don't know who would have won that
contest.
I don't know who would have won it, but it's just like the whole 9 thing. Like, it was a good dunk, but he didn't clear him. That's just what I gotta say. This was
Okay. For me, no, I kind of with Austin. I don't really care for the All-Star weekend, but I'll tell you one thing. The 3-point contest is starting to get to me. I kind of start liking it now in the past recent years. I like it better than the dunk contest and the skills challenge right now. I think that's my favorite event to watch because, everybody has like interesting shot forms and techniques in a contest. And like what happens in game where you can pull up from 3, you can't do that. You gotta actually grab the ball like this, then shoot it. So like that's interesting to me. I wanted Zach LaVine to win because he'd be the only person to win a dunk contest and 3-point. And Donovan Mitchell, he was in the same boat, but I was rooting for Zach LaVine because I didn't know at first for Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
And then the skills challenge, Sabonis, like you said, he was definitely trying his heart out to win that. I wanted CP3 as well to win that one because they made a bet before the game. Him and Shaq, saying that if Shaq bet on CP3 that if he won it, he would give $25,000 to a HBCU school. I forgot the name of it. So I wanted CP3 see if he could come up clutch, but then with the dunk contest. You said this before, Austin. They need all-stars in the dunk contest, like the old days, like Dominique Jordan, all
Nobody
of them
wants
back
to do
then.
it anymore.
Everybody opts out. We've been robbed of seeing LeBron in the dunk contest for the last 17 years.
Yeah, and Westbrook too, in my opinion, and old Rose. But no, just now I don't really get up for it. And the dunk contest, the fans really make that a big thing. With not much fans last night, it wasn't that good to me.
It was
the fans. Yeah, exactly. The fans make that a big thing. Mm-hmm. So continue on to the All-Star game. I thought Curry was going to win it because he was coming in that first quarter. He was shooting like he did in the 3-point contest. I thought he was for sure was going to keep shooting. I thought he was going to go for the record. And the interesting fact I didn't know that Westbrook had the most threes in an All-Star game before yesterday, which was 7. So that's the haters who say Westbrook can't shoot. But Giannis, he definitely deserved it. The Kobe Bryant All-Star Award, 16 for 16, 3 for 3 from downtown. He hit a little sidestep 3 in the corner. He even thought he was gonna miss that. So when it went in, his face said it all. So he played really good. Like you said, Team LeBron was lopsided due to the injuries and COVID for Team Durant with KD and Embiid being out. I don't like the Mike Conley slander y'all giving him though. I feel like that was a constellation All-Star because he's been in the league. I think it was 14 years so far. I want to say that, and he's been doing great. Him on the Grizzlies, he always got underlooked back then. Now he's with the Jazz. He's having a good year. He's shooting the most efficient he has in his whole career right now. Then I seen a stat. It was like since last year he made opposing field goal percentages on him was 49%, but this year now it's 39%. So a 10% drop when someone's being guarded by Mike Conley. That's pretty good defense. He's always been a good defender in my eyes. So, him getting this, I feel like this was a constellation. I know people were saying DeMar DeRozan could have put a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in there and other players. Trae Young, like you all said.
You could put
Yeah,
John
Trae Young.
there. Like there was literally
Johnny being the
anybody
dunk
that you could put in
contest.
there.
Yeah,
Listen, I think the dunk contest this year, I think they knew since they had no fans, it wasn't going to be hype and all that stuff. So I think that's why they put it in there. But if I had to make a dunk contest of young guys, I'm putting Jaylen Brown in there. I'm putting Zion in there. I'm putting Ja in there. And I'm give me one more person.
Throw Zach LaVine in there.
He's not gonna disappoint.
Or Zach LaVine back in there. Like
or Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon
don't want to be in it. Aaron Gordon already said he don't want to be in it.
But that would
never want to be in it again.
That would be a flashy dunk contest, though. Oh my goodness!
When was
the last time we had big names in the dunk contest? Was it 2014 when we had John Wall?
We had John Wall. I think
big names, not
George
people
on that one.
Yeah, I'm talking like household names people know. Not like Zach LaVine now is obviously a way better player than he was in 2016. So now he would classify as that. But back then, it's John Wall, Paul George. I don't remember anybody else that was in the dunk contest. The only thing I remember about it is John Wall jumping over Shaq.
Yeah, he was sitting in the throne,
I think. So we need bigger names, and I know they're scared of injury or they just don't see the reason in doing it because who really remembers who won the dunk contest unless there was some dunk heard around the world like Vince Carter or the 2016 between Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, Spud Webb. There's nothing.
And one thing what
Jalen said about why he said that the 3-point contest was really growing on him is they've innovated it. It started out with just the 5 racks, I believe, and now they have not only do they have the 5 racks, each player gets to pick their own rack for double the points on the Mountain Dew rack. Moneyball. And then this, I don't know if it was only this year, but they had the Mountain Dew ones where it was one in between. Last year too. Yeah, and they're consistently innovating the 3-point contest, which is why I think that might become the more popular event to watch because
they just keep changing it, and
they're changing it for the better. They haven't changed a single thing about the dunk contest,
I think, since its inception. I don't know exactly what
they could do to make it better or to change it, but they have to figure out something because eventually it's going to get so stale, if it hasn't already, where people just aren't going to watch it.
Right.
Yeah. People saying, possibly a 1v1 tournament.
I would love
instead
that.
of dunk contest.
That is something that would be phenomenal. Even you need to start people out in their own brackets. Guards versus guards, big men versus big men. You play out, and then
maybe you get a center
versus guard matchup. You see somebody like I don't know off the top of my head. Maybe you see somebody like Bradley Beal guarding Joel Embiid. You could get some fun matchups there. And hell, if somebody like you get a guard that whoops the center, it could make for entertaining. And shocking, moments. That's something that the NBA should definitely consider. Even if you can't get top players to start out with doing that, a 1v1 tournament, if they actually try and don't just shoot threes and it's another 3-point contest, even if it's just role players, you're in the NBA. You have skills to beat somebody one-on-one. And then that's something they should totally try to do. Or maybe like a 3v3, 2v2, something like that. They could definitely do something like that, and I think it would get really, really good reception, especially since, the big 3, that's gotten really good reception, and that's all 3v3. So stuff like that they should implement into the All-Star weekend.
And if I'm adding that, because that would take up a lot of time. So if I had to take an event out, it'd probably be the skills challenge.
I agree. What is it?
Last like 10 minutes? What is really the point of that?
It takes literally 5 minutes to do.
The only
thing that's difficult in that entire challenge for an NBA player is making that chest pass into that.
Basically.
That's literally the only challenging thing.
You're
gonna make the layup unless you're
Chris Paul. You're gonna make the 3 eventually, if not on the first try, because you're an NBA player and you're a modern NBA player, so you have to shoot threes to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing. And there's no
skill dribbling through those little stand-up cutouts or whatever you want to call them, those obstacles. There's no challenge doing that. Nobody messes that up.
So yeah,
It's basically a 10-second race.
Exactly. Or
It's
add,
basically a
or
10-second
add more
race.
to it. Add more to it.
Okay.
Okay. One last thing.
You know what else they could add? They could add a game of horse.
A game of horse.
That'd
That'd be
probably take
crazy.
a little while. They probably have to do pig or something, but
Hell, even if it's
same idea.
Like, that could still be cool. Because that's what they could do
with the dunk contest.
That's a fact. That is a fact, yeah.
Okay. Interesting takes. Moving on to more NBA.
Yo, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, turn post notifications on so you know when we post next. All right, peace.